Todd, I would believe it was here a couple of years ago. You lost the game in a similar fashion with about the same amount of time on the clock. But can you take us through that drive and just how those guys were able to gut this out?
That was a heck of a job of situational football. Really, Baker on the 4th and 10, using his legs to get the first down. That kind of catapulted everything from there. Everything we practiced, everything we've talked about, and everything we've done about finishing the ball game, they did a heck of a job finishing.
How the offense hadn't scored since the first 2 drives, and yet there was such confidence and calm in that last drive. How do you guys do that?
Just 2-minute situations. We practice it all the time, starting in the spring, and we try to go through every scenario and put them in every situation possible, from the best to the worst, and just constant repetition and repetition, and guys believing in each other, and they did a heck of a job pulling it out.
What can you say about the way Rashad White played tonight? It seemed like he had just multiple angry runs, just banging off dudes, and then obviously the game-winning touchdown at the end.
Played very tough. I mean, him and Bucky both, they were slamming it up in there. They were taking some shots, but they were delivering a lot of blows. They got us some really hard, tough runs, and, we improved off the rushing from last week.
How do you play most of the game without both starting tackles, if you will? Just talk about how much that limited things and how you were able to get by.
It's hard. We understand that it would limit things, but we knew we had to attack them to win the ball game. I thought Grizz opened it up early, did a heck of a job going down the field the first couple of drives and not being complacent, and learned from last week. So I thought he did a heck of a job being aggressive early and opening it up, and they got around the corner on us a few times we had to chip, but those guys battled. Heck battled, obviously. Barton battled out there, just being the first-time tackle as well, and they battled and they won the ball game.
Coach, what happened on special teams? You had a block punt, a long kick return, missed field goal.
I got to see what happened on the block punt. I know he got back there pretty good. It looked like it was a smorgasbord of people going back there. That cannot happen. That's inexcusable on that part. We got to tackle a returner. We really got to tackle a returner. We got to have more guys going to the ball, and that kind of gave them field position for 2 scores and gave them 10 points. And that's tough to do, especially after the goal line stand.
It's easier to ask this because I know how it worked out, but you got that first and goal and let the clock run. Didn't use the timeout there. Just tell me what the instructions there were, and why you were comfortable letting the clock roll and then finishing the game with 2 timeouts.
But we had another timeout. We had another timeout. We were going to try to run the ball, and then if we didn't get that, we were going to call timeout and go from there. But it worked out for us.
What is it about this group that in these 2-minute situations that they're able to just be calm when it's so chaotic out there?
Again, resiliency. The chemistry these guys have about being around each other, and we talk a lot about culture, and culture helps you win ball games, especially on the road. The resiliency and the times we practice it over and over and over. We have some good battles in practice, and they know what to do by what coverage and what to see and how they're going to react to it, and everybody's bought in.
How serious is that?
Has a chance to be serious. We got to get some x-rays. He's in the sling right now. I got to see what the final result is.
Todd, another way to put resiliency is mental toughness. How do you guys kind of drill that or establish that, develop that as part of the culture?
We practice in the heat in the summertime, so it's going to make you tough, in pads and in the heat. It's going to make you mentally tough. We think we have a program that gets everybody prepared to play and have some battles along the way that builds mental toughness in that aspect, and we look for those type of guys as well. I think the coaches do a great job. The leaders and the captains on this team do a great job, and, everybody buys in, and that's great to see.
Thank you.
Yeah.